Hey guys, so this is the last match in this tournament series, and this was the Grand Finals. If you guys were watching my other videos, you'll know that I went into the Grand Finals undefeated. It was a 12-man Pokemon tournament. Johnny came back from losers. It was double elimination. So that means he would have to beat me twice, 2 games to 0 to win. And I would only have to beat him 1 game to win. If you guys don't know how double elimination tournaments work, you can look them up on Wikipedia or on the internet, but they are common in fighting game and Pokemon tournaments. I know the official Pokemon tournaments use like round robin or something like that, but double elimination is really the way to go. Anyways, Johnny's got a really solid team, so this game was pretty challenging. When I saw his team in team preview first off, I was pretty nervous, but as always, I felt like giving it a shot, and here's what happened. So as you guys know by now, I lead with Scolipede. You know, he really isn't useful apart from being a great lead and a great pivot, so I always put him out first. He brings out his Greninja, and this is actually a pretty interesting situation. I use Protect, as I always do first turn usually, and he uses Taunt. Now, Taunt is a Dark type, so using Protean, it turned him Dark. That's something to keep in mind. And I protected against it, though, so it didn't actually affect me. And then I used Mega Horn, noticing that he turned Dark type due to Protean, which lets me get the one-hit KO. And now I'm at +2 speed. So that was actually a really unlucky occasion by this guy. If he'd have gotten the Taunt before I used Protect, that would have wasted my turn, and that would have been kind of interesting. So I know I can't really do much to this guy, so I Baton Pass out. I don't know why I didn't lay Spikes. Maybe I thought I was still taunted for some reason. And he uses Gyro Ball, but that really doesn't hurt Talonflame much. And I go for Flare Blitz because 4 times weakness to fire means this should KO for the most part. However, look at this. With Iron Barbs, I take some damage. Due to Recoil, I take some more damage, and I almost did half damage to my own Talonflame. That was really not a smart move. And if the Talonflame had a Rocky Helmet, that probably would have caused me to KO myself. So I switch back into Scolipede, knowing that Umbreon's Dark and Bug-type moves can hurt Dark types pretty hard. And I have Mega Horn. Goes for the payback, doesn't do much at all. I go for Spikes. Maybe because I thought... I don't know why I didn't go for Spikes earlier. Maybe I thought Taunt had affected me. So going for Payback after I go for Spikes. Now that I have Speed Boost, these Paybacks are starting to do a bit more damage, because if you guys don't know, Payback does more damage if you go second, and boosted by the Dark type stab, or same type attack bonus, that actually hits pretty hard. So I have 2 layers of Spikes up. I'm at about +2, +3 I think. So I go for the Mega Horn. Luckily I don't get a miss, but it's not enough to KO. I probably should have Baton Passed, and this is when I find out that the Umbreon had Rocky Helmet, not the Ferrothorn. That was kind of an odd choice in my opinion, but it worked, and it KO'd my Scolipede. So I switch into Kangaskhan. Now my Kangaskhan is my Mega Evolution just because I love this new mechanic. If you guys don't know, Mega Kangaskhan has the ability Parental Bond, meaning the little Kangaskhan baby fights too, and that hits for 50% of the original attack's damage. So you get 1 hit at 100% damage and 1 hit at 50% damage. So that's 2 hits. Moves that have effects after 1 hit twice, which is really neat. So I use Power Up Punch to get the +2 attack sometimes, or I'll use Bulldoze to get the -2 speed on an opponent, or I'll just use Return if I need that just massive damage output. So Garchomp goes down to a Return. His Carbink gets hit by Spikes, which breaks any hope of Sturdy or Focus Sash. So I just go for Return. And as you guys know, Carbink is sturdy as anything. Tons of defense. So he basically just ate that Return up. But Moonblast doesn't really hit hard at all either. And it has leftovers, so I know this may be a bit of a stall. So I use this to set up. I use Power Up Punch. And like I said, Power Up Punch is basically like a Swords Dance that puts you at +2, but you also get a bit of damage from it using Mega Kangaskhan. So I think it's a really useful tool to have. I don't use it. I use it instead of Fake Out because I think having a chance to +2 on a Pokemon, or +2 attack on a Pokemon, is much better than getting that, first turn flinch. And then I just use Sucker Punch, because if I know it's going to attack, then I get priority with Sucker Punch. And I thought it would do enough damage after +2 to KO, but it didn't. But since Moonblast isn't really hitting me that hard either, I can just set up all day and have fun with this Pokemon. So I use another Power-Up Punch, I believe, to KO. And if you guys were counting, I think that puts me at +4 attack with Mega Kangaskhan. And the Mega Kangaskhan has Sucker Punch. So it has priority attack if I need it to. Otherwise, I just use Return and basically just roll through everything. Now, this is interesting because he transformed into Mega Gengar, so I can't switch out. I lost Scrappy Mega Transforming, so I can't use Return or Power Punch. So that means I have Bulldoze or Sucker Punch. But Sucker Punch is enough to KO. If he had used a status move like Disable, that would have been a really bad time for me. And yeah, that's basically how that match goes. As far as Grand Finals, I know it's not really as exciting. It was pretty much a sweep by me. However, Johnny got kind of unlucky. My team really countered his, even though that's not how he intended it to be. If Greninja had stayed alive, it might have been a different story. But yeah, like I said, that Protect was really weird. I did not know that Protect would protect against status moves like Taunt. I thought Taunt and Torment would go through Protect or cause Protect to fail. Anyways, I ended up winning that tournament. If you guys were watching the other videos, you know that I was undefeated, and I was really proud of this team. I hadn't had a chance to test it competitively. I had just been training it and testing things out, and it was all theory. So having some, hard evidence that this team actually can do some work and get some wins if I'm playing smart was really rewarding. So the next thing I'm going to do with this team is probably just IV train everybody fully, maybe change some EVs around, maybe look at some new movesets, and then hopefully take it online and record some interesting matches. As always, if you guys like what you see, feel free to leave a like. If you have any comments or suggestions or want to battle, leave a comment in the comment section below, and if you want to see more of these sorts of videos, feel free to subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you later.